Hi everyone, hope you're all amazing. If my voice sounds a little bit weird, it's because I'm sick. I've got a cold. Thank you to not being sick all of 2016, but as soon as 2017 comes, I get sick straight away. I wanted to make a video, so today I'm going to be doing my updated piercings and now tattoos video. I did this video about 4 years ago on my channel. It's actually the first video I ever uploaded on this channel. I will link it down below. It is super cringy. I watched it back the other day and thought to myself, how can I put this on the internet? But whatever, I'll link that down below for you if you're interested. And I watched it back, and since then I have got a few more piercings and I now have got tattoos. I thought I would do finally an updated version of that video. I'm just going to talk about the different piercings I have, pain, where I got them, how much they cost, etc., the ages I got them, all that jazz. I'm going to do my piercings first. Now I've put all of my piercings in my ear. Now I would never ever wear this many earrings at one time, but for the sake of the video I put every single piercing I have in, just so you can see it a lot more clearly as to like what I've got. So the first piercing I ever got was pretty boring. It is my lobe piercing. Got that when I was 8 years old in the chemist with a gun. I don't remember if it was super painful or not because I was only 8, but I imagine it was very, very painful to get done. I find things painful, so for me it probably hurt. The second piercing I ever got was my third hole, and I'll explain why in a second. So I got my third hole pierced when I was 15 and in the chemist with a gun. Didn't hurt at all. I obviously had developed pain threshold by then. Yeah, so I had 2 in there, and then the same day, this was for my birthday, the same day I went to my tattoo shop. It's the same tattoo shop I always go to for piercings, tattoos, everything. It's called Inks and Needles. I always go there. I got my cartilage / helix done. To date, that is the most painful piercing I've ever had. It was so bloody painful. It took about a year to heal, so that's always fun. Even to this day, even though I've had it for 7 years, to this day it still sometimes hurts. If I whack it or it gets caught on something, it hurts. So I don't know what happened, it's just never healed properly. Then about a year later, I decided I want another piercing, but my parents said no. They said no, you're not going to get any more ear piercings. So I pierced my own ear. I do not recommend piercing anything on yourself, but if you're going to, at least do your research on how to do it. So get the proper jewelry, the proper needle, the proper everything. Don't just shove an earring in your ear. I ordered needles online, I cleaned them, I did it properly. So if you're going to pierce yourself, at least do it sensibly. So the 5th hole, so I've got 5 here. So the 5th hole, I pierced myself with a needle, and then I put the earring in. Never had any problems with it. Didn't hurt at all. Literally just went straight in, and that was it. I had that. So I got that. I did that myself when I was 16, something like that. I decided that the gaps between the earrings were too far apart, so the gap between my first and second hole was too far, so I pierced in between them. The second hole became the third hole, and the third hole became the 5th hole, if that makes any sense. So I had 3, and then I pierced in between them, and then I had 5. The only problems I've ever had were the 4th ones, which was in between the 3rd and the 2nd and the, I don't know, it was the 4th hole anyway. That was the only one I've had problems with, and I took them out, let it close up, pierced it again, and it was fine. So that's the only one I've ever had a problem with. Going in chronological order, the next piercing I got was my eyebrow, and if you go back a few years on my channel, you'll see videos of me with my eyebrow piercing. I'm going to insert a picture here with my eyebrow pierced. I took that out about a year ago. I got that in the piercing shop again with a needle. Didn't hurt at all. Didn't even feel it, and I loved it. I had it for about 4 years, and then I just took it out. I didn't want it anymore. It didn't suit me. I just decided I just didn't like it anymore. So I took it out, and that's the good thing about piercings, is you can always take them out. And the next piercing I got when I was 18 was my tongue piercing. I got that when I was 18 in the same shop, Inks and Needles. Didn't hurt at all. It was very uncomfortable because obviously they had to kind of hold my tongue out. The actual piercing itself didn't hurt, it just swelled up. And to be honest, been okay with this piercing. It does hurt sometimes if I whack it. So right now, a few days ago, I don't know what I did. I must have eaten something or whacked it on something and it swelled up. So I put my original bar back in, and now it's okay. But sometimes it doesn't heal. It just doesn't sit properly. So that's that. I've never really liked the way I've had it pierced because it's on an angle. And it kind of rubs against my tongue web, but in another way I do like it because when I'm talking you can't see it because it's a little bit further back, so it means I don't have to take it out. Overall, I do really love this piercing. I have thought about getting a second one in front of it, but I just haven't got round to doing it and I don't know if it's gonna look good or not, so I just haven't bothered. I do like the idea of having two, but I just haven't got round to it. But yeah, I love this piercing, and people are always surprised when I say I have a tongue piercing, but I have a tongue piercing, so that's how that is. So the next piercing I got was on this ear. So again, I still have the 5 lobe piercings, but I also have got my dath, however you pronounce it, pierced. I've got it in there. I'm just hoping that you'll be able to see it. I've got a heart that when I must have been about 19, I got it in a piercing shop called C16, I think. It's in Hertfordshire. I got it when I was at university. It really, really hurt, as much as this one did, but it still hurt a lot. About £30 or something like that. I have tried to take it out, but it's kind of welded in there. I had to take it out for like a scan, but it doesn't want to leave, and I love it. I've always loved it. I get lots of compliments on it when they see it. It's just very simple. I forget it's there half the time. That one didn't take so long to heal. It took about, I'd say about 4 months to heal, and it was fine. About a year later, or about 6 months later maybe, in the same piercing shop, I got this piercing in my ear. It's that one, and that's called a conch piercing. More painful than that one, which is very hard to believe. This is still the most painful. That one's a good second because it goes right through your ear, and it was just so uncomfortable, and I cried when I got it done. It was so painful. It depends on your pain. For me, it was so painful, but it healed a lot faster than any of the other ones. It healed in about 2-3 months, something like that, so it was completely fine. I forget I have them a lot of the time, and then people say, oh, I like your ear piercing, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I don't know if I'm gonna get any more in my ear. I don't think I will. I always wanted to get my tragus pierced, but so many other people have got them, it's kind of just like, I don't really want to. I might stay away from the ears for now, but who knows, in the future maybe I'll get some more. Next, I actually had, well, I have got my septum pierced. So that is my septum piercing. I pierced that myself when I was about 18, 19. And I did so much research on how to pierce it, like with the needle and the jewelry and all that stuff. It was the easiest piercing to do. I didn't even feel the needle go through. My eyes watered, went in straight away, and I have never had any problems with it at all. I used to love it, don't so much love it anymore. I don't feel like I suit it very much because I've got 2 nose piercings. I feel like my nose looks very cluttered. I still really like it, and I don't want to take it out, but I never ever wear it out, ever, to be honest. I always have it up in my nose because it's so easy to hide. So I always have it up in my nose, so I forget about it a lot. But I don't know, it's just always been a piercing that I really liked on other people, so I wanted it myself. Pain? No, was nothing really. It was fine. I did my nostril myself as well. I'm not sending a very good message here. I pierced all my things myself. Anyway, so I pierced my nostril myself. That I pierced about 3 times. The first 2 times I did it, I pierced it, I think I pierced it straight across instead of like on an angle so the jewelry couldn't go in or something. I don't know. The second time it got affected, and the third time it worked. So that's fine. I got that, well, again, it was after my septum, so I must have been about 20 or 19, around then. They're all of my piercings were around 17, 18, 19, most of them anyway. So yeah, that one, and I love it. I've always loved it, and I don't think I'm ever gonna take it out. I love having a nose piercing. Yeah, but it's a bit boring. Everyone's got their nose pierced, and I feel like I'm just same as everyone else, to be honest. Pain wasn't painful really, made my eyes water. Because anything that's like up your nose or around your nose makes your eyes water. So for me it was a bit like, ooh, you're up my nose. That was it. It was alright. And that's it for my piercings. I've got 16 piercings. I don't see any piercings in the foreseeable future. So moving on to tattoos, I didn't have any tattoos in my last video. Now I have 2 tattoos. So the first tattoo I have, you've probably seen it in loads of my videos when I wear like off the shoulder tops. I have got this tattoo here on my shoulder, and it's this. It says welcome to reality. I got that for my 20th birthday and I absolutely love it. I still love it. I get loads of compliments on it. It's in a really nice place, kind of just like on my shoulder, and I just love it. It's very simple. I'm a massive fan of like simple tattoos. I like the simple ones. I don't like anything that's very crazy, over the top, colourful, etc. I just like plain simple black tattoos. Got that tattoo because I can't remember where I was. I think I was on Tumblr and I saw a picture, and it was, I think it's an album cover. I'm not sure. If I can find the photo, I will put it here. And it is, it just said welcome to reality on it. And ever since that day, this was about 10 years ago or something like that. Or maybe, well, it must have been less. It depends on how long Tumblr's been around. It was definitely when I was in secondary school, so around year 10 or year 11 time. So I must have been about 15. So almost 10 years ago. Anyway, I saw this picture and I fell in love with it straight away. And I was like, oh my God, I love that saying. And I originally was going to get it tattooed on my foot. But then on the day, I changed my mind and I was like, no, actually, I want it on my shoulder. So I got it on my shoulder. I really like the font. I really like the style. I really, really just like the tattoo in general. I always think to myself, you know, if times are hard, times are crap, you just think to yourself, you know, it's just reality. Welcome to reality. Life sucks. That's how it is. And I don't know. I really liked it. It was very simple and very relevant to me. I don't believe tattoos always have to have a meaning. I think they can be, you know, just tattoos, but I've always liked the saying, and I always think don't get anything tattooed on yourself unless you really like it, and I have liked it and I still love it now. So yeah, always get tattoos that you like. It didn't hurt at all. It kind of felt a little bit uncomfortable when it was closer to my neck, but it didn't hurt. It was £45 from Inks and Needles, so it was alright, but it didn't hurt. It was fine. And yeah, that's that tattoo. And my second tattoo that I have, I got about a month ago now, and it is on my hip, so I can't actually show you right now, but I'm going to insert a picture here of my tattoo, and it is just a stencil of a unicorn. I have always loved unicorns ever since I was a little girl, and a few years back, if you're on my channel, I had pink hair, I had purple hair, I wore bright colours. I considered myself to be a unicorn. All my friends called me a unicorn, and I don't know, I've just always had a love for unicorns. Even to this day, I'm obsessed with unicorns. They're my favourite animal, and I just wanted to get something to put on myself to, you know, match my personality of being a unicorn. Even though I don't have my pink hair and whatever now, I've always loved unicorns, so I wanted to get something to be, you know, like a unicorn on my body. But I didn't want to get something bright pink, bright purple, bright blue. I just wanted to get something really simple, so I got a stencil of a unicorn, and I love it. It was a lot more painful than this one. At first it wasn't painful, but the closer it got to my ribs, the more painful it was. It was very, very intense. It was like being stuck with a needle, like over and over and over again. 50 minutes to do or something like that. It was £60, which is not bad, and I absolutely love it. It's perfectly in between where like my bra strap would go and like my hips are, so it's perfectly there. Love it, and I've always loved unicorns, and that's why I got it. But you don't have to have a reason to get a tattoo, and I don't have to justify my reasoning for a tattoo. I just love unicorns, so I got a unicorn tattoo. So that is it for all of my piercings and tattoos. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comment section below what piercings and tattoos you have. I want to get some more tattoos probably in the future, but I always believe if don't get anything unless you're 100% certain on it. Think about it first and don't just, you know, rush. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.